We are delighted to be coming to you today from the corner of Queen and Duncan Street in Port of Spain, where for episode 4 of the digital series Iftar Insights, we have been invited by members of the Jama Masjid, Queen Street in Port of Spain, to join with them for Iftar. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to episode 4 of Iftar Insights, a digital series by Fuzz Events and Entertainment Limited and Impression Studio, where we roam Trinidad and Tobago to bring to you to highlight the different cultures and traditions associated with the Iftar during the holy month of Ramadan right here in sweet Trinidad and Tobago.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Jama Masjid, number 2 to 4 Queen Street in Port of Spain. My name is Jamil Mohammed. I was the former Muslim of Jama Masjid here from 1996 to 1999. Alhamdulillah, which what we are standing here today, there's a lot of memories. This parcel of land was donated by the late Haji M.I. Ibrahim. And in the background, on the tile area, there was a house with 24 rooms. And in these rooms, they used to have the people who used to come off the boat, the Indian Indians, and they used to be here as guests of the mosque. So the mosque also was opened in 1942 by the Governor General then, which is in Islamic year 1361. Also, we have the sons of the masjid, of the late Haji M.I., which is Dr. Mansoor Ibrahim, the late Latif Ibrahim, and many of the Ibrahims, and his sons today, which is Yunus Ibrahim, Musa Ibrahim, and all the Ibrahim families still come here to this masjid, along with many people. We also had as our first Imam in this masjid, the late Haji Kamaluddin Muhammad. We also had our brother, Mulvi Aram Sahib. Also, we had his nephew, Hafiz Isat, who was Mulvi Aram Sahib was the Imam of our mosque for 38 years. His nephew was the assistant Imam for 20 years. We also had a short stint of our late Imam Maulana Sulaimani. And we had a few other great Imams who passed through this community. Today we have our young Imam, Safraz Ghany, who is holding the mantle for the last 10 years. Alhamdulillah. And may Allah continue guiding him and protecting him, inshallah. And, so Jama Masjid have a lot of history to the community and to humanity in whole. So, inshallah, with these few words, I want to say welcome to Jama Masjid. And anyone who is willing to come to Jama Masjid, they're free to do so. There's not a cost or anything like that whatsoever. And in the ancient days when they used to build houses, with gardens. And you will see a concrete area in the middle of in the car park, where there was a garden from the top floor straight into. Also, it was in the masjid also. When you go to the masjid, we will show you what all the posts was. The top of the roof was open, and they bring this type of design from India or whatever part of the world they came from. So inshallah, we would like to give you all a tour now, inshallah, of the masjid. So jazakallah wal khair. Thanks very much.
This may be very difficult to believe, but I am actually sitting now with the Curry Duck champion for 2017. Yes, this is still Iftar Insights, and yes, this is still the holy month of Ramadan as we go to various masjids across the country to explore the different Ramadan and Iftar traditions at these masjids and Jamaats. But clearly, the masjid that is walking away with all of these trophies that you can see here, many of which are community-based or sport-oriented activities, clearly it sends a message that this is a masjid, this is a Jamaat that focuses on more than just the religious and the academic side of Islam. They were the 2017 champions in the Takaful Trinidad and Tobago Friendly Society Corridor Cookout, and this is just one of many accolades. As we get set to introduce you to the Imam of the Queen Street Masjid, I want to begin by saying Assalamu alaikum, Imam, and continue by asking, what is a Muslim's duty to his or her community, and what sort of community activities or engagements does the Queen Street Jama Masjid participate or engage in?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I'd just like to take the opportunity to welcome you to our Jamaat here in Queen Street, Port of Spain. So the concept of, brotherhood and, being your brother's well-wisher is really embedded in Islam. And if you go back to some of the teachings, basic teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, even if a person was to remove an object of harm from the pathway, that, merits, reward and blessing in the sight of Allah. So that, was a teaching that was very much portrayed by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And here in Port of Spain, the history of this mosque, it has always been a community mosque. It has always been a travelers' mosque. We have a very large, percentage of travelers come to this mosque, especially on a Friday, people who work within the area of the Port of Spain region. So we have also taken that vision forward. And, we have also invested heavily in our community outreach programs. We started roughly about a year and a half ago, our soup kitchen on a Friday. We saw the need for it because the homeless people, they would visit the mosque hoping to get some type of charity. So what we did was that the people who would give funds towards, donating to the homeless people, took that money and we invested it into the kitchen. So on a Friday, the people, they could come and they would have a hot meal. They can sit in the ambience of the mosque. They could listen to the lecture on a Friday. So that ties back into, our drive of being a community mosque. Also, we have a closed distribution drive here. People, they can come and drop off their good clothing, and that's also distributed here on a regular basis. From time to time, we will do walkabouts in the neighboring areas of the Port of Spain region. Again, we would go distributing food, distributing items which, the people on the streets may need, hygiene packs as well. We also have a hamper drive. Last year we did we did a hamper drive where we invited about 150 of the homeless people, not just from our Jamaat, but from also the neighboring Jamaats around the Port of Spain region. So hampers were given out, and it was an opportunity, for them to sit in an ambiance and have a meal and also engage, with the community. Again, Brother Fazeer was talking about this, one of the beautiful trophies we have here, in and around, So we started a few years ago an inter-Jamaat corridor competition. So right at the back, at the car park, we would have our tents, and we invited like about 6 or 7 Jamaats from the East-West corridor, and that competition, was held for quite a few years. Also, according to what is said in this trophy, we were invited by the Takaful Trinidad and Tobago to also participate in their competition as well, which, like you can see, we won as well. So again, it's about, a mosque really is supposed to be the vibrant, beating heart of the community, not just to address spiritual issues, but also to address social issues, to address, educational issues. That's something that, we also invest very heavily here as well, and that's something that, again, the founding fathers of this mosque, it really was their vision to be a community mosque. And when you look at some of the history around, it indicates that, and that's a mission that we have always tried to carry on as well. Also, I would like to touch upon some of the, interfaith projects that we have ongoing. Just recently, we entered into a project with some of the leaders of the other religious denominations within the Port of Spain region. And that drive really is to show unity amongst the religions and to really address some of the common problems that we face as citizens here in Trinidad and Tobago. So next week, we will be hosting that group, of pastors and all of the different leaders of the various different religious denominations. They will be coming here, visiting us for the breaking of the fast. We'll be very welcome to, very happy to welcome them to our mosque. And coming towards the end of the month of Ramadan, we have a grand iftar that we would normally hold and we would normally like to invite, some of the key figures of the Port of Spain region, the mayor, the MP of the area, probably if you can probably get to the police commission as well. So again, it is all about, putting across that concept of being a community masjid. And that I feel is very, very important because of the fact that it is a teaching which is very strongly embedded in the teachings of Islam. So again, we welcome you all to our mosque, this Iftar Insights series. So by all means, enjoy your time here with us. We have, the breaking of the fast coming up very soon. We have meals will be served. We hope you enjoy our food here as well at the Jama Masjid.
I'm absolutely sure that we will. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you again for having us, Imam Sahib.
اللهم لك صرت وبك آمنت وعليك توكلت وعلى رزقك أفطرت. But oh Allah, for you I have fasted. For Allah, we have Iman and belief in you. Oh Allah, we place our trust solely and entirely in you. And oh Allah, we break our fast this day with the sustenance that you have provided for us. Jazakumullahu khairan wa ahsanul jazaa. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
So we're inside the kitchen here at Jama Masjid, Queen Street, in Port of Spain, and off camera earlier we were having a little chit chat with Brother Jibreel, who is the, shall I say, the head of the kitchen here at the Queen Street Masjid. And I understand that he and his family have been voluntarily preparing these meals for the members of this Jamaat every year during the month of Ramadan, like clockwork, for 15 to 20 years. 15 to 20 years, Brother Jibril, Assalamu alaikum. Thanks for having us. Thanks for the means that you're prepared for us in advance. I mean, Allah bless you and your family and reward you with all that you deserve and more for all the efforts that you are making. What is the system here at the Jama Masjid? How does it work? Is it that the Jamaat funds the iftar?
No, it's our brothers and sisters who volunteer. Like I the cook, you know, I cook them. How much the iftar we get them for $150, some like cost $2,500, it costs $3,000, depends on what we do. Right. So we take our estimate from that and we
So the family that is sponsoring, they would determine the menu?
Yeah, some of them and some of them is leave it for me to do.
And what would you say is the favorite menu of choice in the masjid?
Well, it's a cooked vegetable rice today with pineapple chicken and red beans.
150 people. 150 people with that menu and $2,500. He is the man. If you have problems managing your budget at the end of any given month, this is the brother you need to come to check to find out how to save that number too and how to make that money stretch. So when you get this in the market, everything is bought
Run by the bulbs.
Okay.
Yeah. You see like myself over by half bag of carrot which is $85. But that came here from Monday till now. So it's different, so we buy things in wholesale.
And you do all of this while keeping the fast?
Yeah, I do that right from Fuzz Salad.
So when you go for the Tarawih, and after the Tarawih,
I go take a bit of remember it and give about 2:30.
Alhamdulillah. Brother,
I cook right up to eat morning to them.
What is menu for morning?
You do bottom shop. I cook for 600.
600 people?
Yeah, and I don't cook before Fazeer Rojan.
What time would you start to cook?
12. Every night, forward. Then 4 o'clock and
Everybody else looking on at this right now would want to know why. Why would you give so much of your time and of your life and of your family and of your energy and own resources and short times to do this?
Well, Allah give me the strength. God bless you. Yeah, I like to do. I like to cook. Every Friday we feed. Every Friday we feed. You must be together every Friday. Sometimes if you want, you could buy a donation at 200 or 300 and you can cook every Friday. Right now, after Tarawih, we make ginger soup for brothers and sisters.
Brother?
Yeah. Right.
I would like to end off this session by saying that I've heard it said 1,000 times over, you probably heard it before, but just in case you haven't, one of the strongest things in this world is the heart of a volunteer. The heart of a believing volunteer.
And I don't get sick in Ramadan. Never. Everybody is sick and I do this one is last man standing.
It has certainly been a pleasure. We have come to the end of today's edition of Iftar Insights. Join us on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, check us out on Instagram, Impression Studio, and Fuzz Events Entertainment, and continue to follow this journey as we visit the different masjids throughout the country during this holy month of Ramadan 2019 for members of the Muslim community right here in Trinidad and Tobago. For now, let's eat. Assalamu alaikum.